Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Wanted to first of all welcome everyone in. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your time today. My name is Marshall Pearson. I am a sales manager here at GlueUp, based in Northern Virginia. Maybe that's where some of you are located. Been with the company for almost 5 years now, so I had the privilege of having quite a few conversations with many associations over that time. Feel like I know a lot about the landscape and how GlueUp fits in. I did work at a number of associations here in DC before getting into sales, so probably have sat where some of your lower level staff have sat over the years, working on large conferences, certification, membership, customer service. I have done all that before working here at GlueUp, so hopefully I can bring that expertise to bear as I try to do every day. For this call, I'm just going to quickly go over what we're covering. We're going to be discussing how a platform like GlueUp can give you practical ways to add member value through the power of software. To me, what that looks like is there's member value that's created by everyone on this call and your entire teams, performing better and more efficiently your job so that you're able to better serve your members. I think that is certainly a part of the equation as far as creating value. So I'm going to be covering not only how GlueUp can make your lives easier and make your organization more efficient in that respect. Another thing I'll be addressing as we go through a high-level overview of some of our different modules here is how the software out of the box can provide additional values to your end user, to your actual members, and provide them new opportunities to connect, to learn. And that's kind of the two sides of the coin as I see it. And that's how I'm going to be approaching what we look at today. So hopefully it'll be an effective use of our time. Going to keep it right at 30 minutes as far as the demo portion is concerned. If you have any questions, definitely throw them into the chat. I will do my best to answer them as we go. I also am planning on staying on for up to 15 minutes after the 30, so up to 1:45 Eastern, to just answer as many questions as we have. If we don't have any, then we'll give everyone back a little more of their time. But I'm also happy to stay on if there are things here that you'd like to explore more. Also like to say after this, we will reach out, and either me or one of our other sales folks would be more than happy to do a longer, more personalized demo for your organization so that you and the team can dive a little deeper. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and kind of introduce our company. GlueUp has been in business helping member organizations for more than 12 years now, with the HQ being in the US and that being our primary market right around when I came on. So for the last 5 years or so, we've been really rapidly growing in the United States. Currently, we do have over 1,500 partner organizations all over the world. Many of those are in the US at this point, but we are an international company. So definitely have a platform that is not new. We're not a new company. We're not new to the industry. Have a lot of experience serving organizations just like yours, as well as receiving great feedback and letting that kind of dictate our software development and our platform growth over the years, which is, if I'm thinking about one of the ways in which GlueUp is standing out in the market, not only do I believe we have a really easy to use, modern, intuitive platform that leans into things like AI, that leans into things like automation. We also have a very rapid and frequent development roadmap. So we are always adding new features, small, medium, and large, to the platform that get rolled out to all of our customers globally. We do have a deployment every single week with some number of those new feature enhancements. So, the fact that we're independently owned, independently operated, and invest a lot of our resources into just growing the platform to better serve our customers is our business model, and I think helps us stand out in the industry, in addition to providing excellent support. So that's my introduction to the company, kind of where we're at, where we're coming from. I'd like to hop on over to the software, and so I'll direct your attention there. What we are looking at here is the back-end view. I typically like to start with showing you all what you and your teams would be seeing in GlueUp, and kind of explain that part of the way the business case first. So here, is the backend of GlueUp. Obviously, this would be branded for your organization. This is a sandbox account, so there's lots of stuff in here. It would be obviously just your things if you were to work with us. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you'll see, quick links to a lot of the different modules, the task manager, the CRM database that holds all your contact, all your company, all your member information, as well as the opportunities tracker I will speak about briefly. The events, the email campaigns, membership management of your different types, their reporting there, any application review you're doing, of course, the finance, the community settings, and some of our analytics capabilities. So very easy to find and to navigate across those different modules. Here on the home screen is one of the customizable dashboards, of which there are many throughout the system. You or anyone in your team are going to have their own unique login. We do not charge extra per seat. It's not a restriction, not part of our pricing. I wouldn't say have 145 people in your account, but you certainly can. So everybody can have their own access, no more sharing. What that lets us do is a couple of different things as far as making the team more efficient. Lets us do the task manager. You can assign tasks to yourself or to anyone on your team directly through GlueUp related to a contact record, a company record, an event, pretty much any object in GlueUp. Each individual user can modify their own dashboards. There are different widgets that represent, organizational health, whether it's, a running membership count, a quick link to email campaign performance. Any of those you can select and add them to your dashboard. You can rearrange them so that you can kind of see at a glance your overall engagement and any other metrics that pertain to you, as you'll see as I scroll down here on the home screen. So everyone can customize these based on their role and what they care about. Every user can, of course, have their own custom sets of permissions. This is, for you to kind of manage that team, manage what people can do and see. GlueUp will be smart enough to let them see those things when they go in here. I'm going to quickly talk about sort of the membership architecture of our system with, an eye towards explaining how we can make your lives easier. And then we'll hop into more of the fun stuff like events, email marketing, and the community piece. In our tool, we can accommodate either individual or corporate membership types. Corporate meaning, for most of the folks on this call, a membership that is at the company level with individual members organized underneath it according to a number of slots if you set it that way. And you can have, of course, as many as you want, different price points. I won't go through every setting for these, but they can have different durations, whether it's a year, a month, lifetime, 3 years, whatever that looks like. It can be fixed date or rolling cycle. We, of course, have automatic billing for folks using credit cards. The trial membership period. We have unlimited and customizable forms that dictates what data will be collected and stored in the CRM. I can show that in a moment. Suffice it to say, we can collect and store pretty much any custom demographic information that you have on any person or company. We can generally make that match up easily in the system. If you review applications, we have a very streamlined, easy-to-use application workflow where you or others on the team can view those centrally, make notes, log activities against them, easily approve them, which I'm happy to share. Same thing for renewals, or you can automate that part of it. And the last piece I'd like to talk about here, when it comes to automation, these are system emails that are branded but sent automatically. They're all templates where you can edit the language and you can fully customize the cadence leading up to the membership renewal date, how many reminders people will receive when those go out. You can even have automatic emails go out within a grace period if you choose to have one. And you can even automate touches to members that do not renew up to 180 days after their renewal period is up. They don't leave the system, but they'll lapse as members that you can retarget them and you can do it automatically. So this is great because you can make this cadence as aggressive as you'd like it to be. These are different templates, so they're going to be receiving personalized but branded reminders, and it's going to be happening automatically. So no more pulling a list of expiring members, printing out invoices, manually having to remind them to track down payments. We can certainly cut down on quite a bit of that with how the system operates. And again, application forms, you can have as many as you want. You can have an unlimited number of custom fields. These are, what is going to govern not only any data migration that we do, but also when someone fills out an application from the jump, what they'll be filling out in the system. You can add titles, text divider lines, suggested fields, and then any number of custom fields that pertain to your specific organization. The formats we have are many. It can include single file upload, multiple choice, cascading choice, dates, like initial join date, their social media account, anything like that. And that's kind of what dictates how we segment people in the system and how that can work to your benefit there. I'm going to take a quick look at the CRM just to show you what we have there. And I'm popping into just one part of this. This is going to be all my individual contacts, member and non-member. Just the members are going to be in here. These buttons, very intuitive, very easy to use. They're on every window in our system. Manual search, export, whatever I'm looking at. Exporting data if you need to from Glue is quite easy. You can do it from anywhere in the system, depending on what you're looking at. You can configure the columns you're seeing. These are suggested filters that are based on where we are in GlueUp. In this case, it's members and non-members. You can go, easily to find that information. And then these are all those custom fields. If we have even one piece of data, this is how it would work. So this could be anything from their job title to any of those little, sub buckets, whether are they part of a working group, which one. Sky's the limit with how we segment people. In our system, as you add these filters, which again, very easy to whip up a custom report of any cross-section of your memberships, but if it's something you use commonly or it's many variables, you can save those as a smart list, name it accordingly, and then that's going to be, those parameters, and that's going to be all throughout the system. The email campaign module, it's going to populate a lot of areas in GlueUp to simplify that, and then it's also going to be here for the entire team to access. So as you grow into this, it will become quite a bit easier to manage these things. And then I'll show you quickly what a record looks like. Because in our system, the way that we design the CRM is designed to show you kind of at a quick glance how engaged a person is and what they have been doing inside the system. So obviously the profile information, these are all the information from the forms. There's quick access to opportunities, tasks, assignments, their membership types. All that's very clear and transparent. I'll draw your attention to this tab here called Engagement Metrics, and this is going to display things that I've been doing in the system. My event registration outcomes, how many events I've attended, whether they're regular or CPD events. Am I part of any committees? Do I have open opportunities? What membership type or types are associated with me? My email campaign performance, because again, GlueUp does typically replace MailChimp, Constant Contact, or a dedicated email marketing tool within the system. And so we're able to display click tracking, opens, that type of information along with payments and my event registration activity. And then lastly, this is something I also like. Here's a sequential activity timeline of everything that I have done inside the system. And then as you need to narrow it down, depending on what you're looking for, you can see that, or you can just kind of see in order what I have been doing in GlueUp. That can include tasks, staff notes, logging. One of your members logs a call with one of your team members, you can take notes there, and then track everything in a central location. And that is how our CRM works. Okay, hopping into the events. This is in this tab here, of course. I'm hopping into an event that I've already made for an annual conference, just to show you a little bit about what that looks like. This is where we're going to start introducing, okay, can GlueUp simplify your life for your membership renewal, for ease of visibility and navigation for your team? Yes. This is where we can start to introduce the concept of how do you provide better value to your members with events. That can be by offering your exhibitors, your sponsors, your partner organizations a ton of visibility so that you can sell more and sell better to them, attract new sponsors by having a comprehensive, centrally managed platform. This is the dashboard for an event. You can manage the event team. You can, of course, see your progress, recent registrants, kind of an activity timeline with what's been happening. The ticketing, the registration options, I won't go through this a ton. Of course, we've got all that member and non-member ticket pricing, customizable discount codes for specific sponsors if they need to register 20 people. Don't have to do it manually. You can just send them a code and have their team register themselves. You can also create add-ons that you can sell, in that registration process. So whether that's donations, physical merchandise, extra, event fees for things off-site at a conference, all of that can be part of the registration process. Fun fact, GlueUp comes with 2 mobile applications with any size license of the software. One is for your members called MyGlue, and one of them is for your admin team. Those are included, and they're great. They mirror the member portal that I'll show you in just a few moments. One of the functions of that app, once someone has registered an event and you have turned the event community on, it has some on-site conference management, like some of the functionality you're used to from a dedicated conference app. People can create their schedule. When they're registering, they can see session info, speaker info, they can access files, they can even see a list of attendees, they can favorite them, they can share business cards in advance of the event. There's a networking component, and then of course they'll be presented with your sponsors and exhibitors that you've added. So once you do that stuff and you turn this on, it pushes it all out to all these different things, web and mobile, and that's included. So these are the content blocks of the event, summary, your speakers, the agenda, and again, we can handle multi-day, multi-track with session registration, as you can see here. Venue info, of course, sponsors, you can customize the different categories. You can add companies to this. If they're in the database already, you can just search for them. That'll easily bring that info over. If you add them manually for like a new group, that will also create a CRM record for the company. It'll tag them as a sponsor. It's going to be easy to do that and track all of that. Exhibitors, again, you can create the different categories, add them manually. You can import them if you have a large list. And then what all that does is it populates not only something in the member portal, the event widget on your website, it also creates a branded, customizable landing page that's SEO optimized. And this is to kind of share that information for folks that are Googling that may not be familiar with your association, but that are looking for these types of events in the area. Just provides a clean, professional, mobile-friendly, and splashy landing page, and you can do it automatically in the software. Banner image, we have 10 different design templates to choose from, different design modifications. You can customize the different pages, these match here, and create, again, branded, customizable landing page that gives folks all the information they'll need. The email campaign piece is here, and I'm going to just hop into one. This is the same basic view and navigation for any event email, like you're seeing here, as well as any newsletter and non-specific event email. It's going to look a lot like this. All these filters and segmentation tools are all dynamic. So if you have people grouped by email subscriber list, by committee, by their registration status, by membership type, or by those smart lists, incredibly easy to very quickly target specific groups of people or just every member you have. For event emails, this is part of where our AI Copilot comes in to help you just quickly write AI optimized taglines and event summaries. The speaker widget, the sponsor widget, you don't have to redo that work. You just simply drag it into the body of the email, and it will bring that over. Different columns, you can customize the branding, with your full hex code, etc. There is badge design. You can include sponsor logo images on these badges. So if you're sending a spreadsheet to another company to do this for you, you can do it through GlueUp and just print it at your leisure. And then there's also a full conference management app and these different ways to check people in, designed to all be used in tandem. Okay. I'm going to pause there for a sec. I got a couple questions here. Chapter memberships, yes, I can, Patty. I can touch on that as well. Can manage memberships and special interest groups that are no fee. Yes. In our tool, I'll back up slightly. In our tool, we have things called subscription lists. They are subscriptions or committees. So this is not only going to provide you a incredibly easy way to just email a list of people based on that. They can manage it. It can be private for you to add them. Just one way to segment people. Some of our clients will just have a custom field for their membership in a SIG, but what you're asking about, I think, would best fit here because they can, opt in and opt out of those communications. If someone is part of a subscription or committee, and you're using our community management feature, which I'll show in a moment, that's another easy way for them to access those groups in the member portal to have those discussions in our tool there. So yes, a couple ways to do it, but that's probably the easiest way. Patty, this might merit a longer discussion with our dedicated chapter management salesperson. We do have a chapter management solution that will provide a umbrella account, and then you can build specific chapter sub accounts underneath it, and you can centralize membership at one point. When you create a chapter, you can add it to any application, set a fee. People can sign up for one or multiple chapters, and you can do it at kind of the umbrella level. So sort of a top-down architecture is generally how it works for chapter memberships. But that's a complicated question, and a lot of organizations are different, so that might merit a longer discussion, but we can certainly do it. Okay, we got through a lot of the events piece. We're just scratching the surface, but hopefully you've seen some things that you have liked. I'm going to hop into the member portal and kind of cover what that is. Sort of the fourth piece of what GlueUp can do for you, in addition to managed memberships, events, email marketing, is what I've been referring to as the community management tool. We have been developing this over the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 years. And I think it's currently a strength that we have and something we're going to continue to build on. It is a module within the member portal. The member portal also contains any version of the directory that you've chosen to make public or member only in this case. The events calendar, along with people's individual registrations, those event communities that I talked about, that person's membership status. What I just talked about, committees and subscription lists, this is what it looks like if people want to, if these are public, you made them that way, they can opt in, opt out to those committee or subscription lists to get added to communities, to receive email campaigns. That is how they could manage it themselves. This can also be branded newsletters, whatever you want to do. And then, of course, there's a digital wallet transaction history. If I had used a credit card to pay for anything, the token would be represented here. If people need to change or update their payment method, they can do that here themselves in the member portal. They can manage or upgrade their membership. There's a ton of things they can do within the member portal, browse the directory, etc. The community piece, think members only LinkedIn is how I describe it. This is often replacing a listserv, more of an old school forum situation. It's secure, it's members only, you have full moderation control. The data does not go anywhere else. It is at your discretion how you structure it. It is a two-tiered system. By that I mean you can have multiple communities, and then each of them can have their own set of groups within that community, and those can be unlimited. You can have a general member community. You can have a community for your board of directors, for any of your special interest groups, or any of your committees, whatever nomenclature you use. So not only are you providing yourself an easy way to email them, but you're also providing a very tailored and intuitive place for them to go to connect with each other. We're going for, again, Facebook, LinkedIn for the design, something that's approachable that anybody, regardless of how tech savvy they are, feels comfortable using right away. It's text-based posts. You can tag people. You can use emojis. You can hyperlink things. You can make bullet lists, members, or you can add files, photos, whatnot. And then again, organized like a social media post, has that kind of LinkedIn feel, job title and employer. And you can see that there. People can like, comment underneath it. As an admin, you can turn off commenting, you can remove posts, and you can pin them to the top if you have like a resource post or something like that. And again, these are 2-tiered, so all the groups, if you go into one of those, it'll function the same way. So you can control this structure. And in the back end, the smart lists, the committees, those same segmentation things that we've already got with the data we have, you can use to govern who will see this and have access to it. So you don't have to like add people manually. It's just going to group people based on all the data you already have once it's configured. That's really cool. There's direct messaging. There's business card exchange. You can see that here. So comprehensive networking tool. And the last thing to talk about with that is those members in different communities or groups are going to get push notifications when you or anyone else makes a post. If that person makes a post and someone interacts with it, they're going to receive those notifications themselves, both email and push notification if they download the mobile app. So the goal is to drive traffic, to drive engagement. All these things are proven to be effective at doing so. And the awesome part about the community piece, this is all in the mobile app as well, so that you can, these posts are going to reach not only people who are at their computers. If you have members out in the field, it's on the weekend, it's the same seamless environment, and people can access it, make posts, comment on posts from whether they're using a personal computer or they're on the mobile app. So it's kind of a seamless, in community engagement tool is how we built it. Okay, that was a lot of info. Hopefully it was effective, and we've got about a minute left. So if anyone else has any questions, again, we're just scratching the surface. There's obviously a lot more things that go into this. But hopefully I've given you some food for thought about how you could be more efficient, how you can better provide folks with, sales and marketing opportunities to grow the non-dues revenue channel. I've collected a ton of these ideas. I've got a presentation that goes over them. I won't spend time on it here, but the sky's the limit. Branded posts by you to highlight a particular sponsor. You can do that easily in emails. When you do that, it notifies everybody. You can control, are my exhibitor, are my sponsor members, those company members on the sales side, can they access this? Is this a practitioner only area? You can completely figure that so that you're letting your practitioner members have a place where only they can talk about, thought leadership topics or whatever. But you can also have a place where they can meet others that would like to earn their business that are in the industry as well. So the sky's the limit. I've got a ton of great ideas that I'm happy to elaborate on. Great question, Roseanne. So we have full integrations with, for accounting software, Xero, QuickBooks Online, and recently Sage Intacct. In the finance module, you can view the invoices are created within GlueUp. They're sent through GlueUp, as are the reminders. They're directed to pay through our software. But if you want to look at invoices very easily here, sort by overdue, paid, voided. You can make smart lists for invoices to resend and any of that. So there is a finance module within GlueUp. It can accept payments. And if you're using one of our integrated accounting softwares, it can map those transactions to the correct buckets. If you're not using one of those or you're still on desktop QuickBooks, you can always, just filter for, you'd probably be doing that for payments. I'm not an accountant, but I'm guessing there. You can create smart lists for payments you received. You can export from GlueUp and upload it into the correct bucket in your accounting software if you don't have an integrated partner. So not a requirement to use one of those three options, but we do have full integrations with those three cloud products. Okay. Does anyone else have any additional questions? Give everyone a minute or two to type those up just in case. Of course, Patty, you got it. And again, regarding chapter memberships, if you are interested in like what you've seen, that is a more comprehensive discussion than what I've got to here. And we have someone who works with our growing number of international and national chapter organizations that can explain how we can suit your needs. With that architecture, all those individual chapters can have their own partitioned GlueUp accounts. You can have central access, you can do reporting, you have full visibility into what they are doing. But if it's in a working group, they are operating autonomously, it can push the member data. If they join from the top down, we call it chapter inclusion workflow, they'll automatically be in the sub account. You won't have to do push data back and forth a lot of the time, and the member, the board or whomever works at the chapter can hop in, make the events, all that stuff. You can push like branded event blueprints and email campaign templates. You can push those down to the chapters, so you can kind of like standardize the branding for the event. So there's a lot of cool things that are part of that conversation. Yes, Carol, great question. So like, and this is as far as I know how all these things work, the data import process is done in the form of CSV spreadsheets. That seems to be the Rosetta Stone for all these things. I don't know who decided that way back when, but that's kind of how they all seem to work. We can bring over information that is attributed to an individual person or an individual company. So some of the like historic, like attended this event and stuff, there's no format that translates between platforms, but if it's any type of information about a person, member, contact, or a company, we can create those custom fields to match your existing spreadsheets. Once they're mapped to a membership type, crazy easy to do that. We also provide assistance with this through the dedicated onboarding manager and through the really great onboarding and implementation process that we have rolled out. So that's a very common thing that overwhelms, I think, a lot of folks. We have designed this part of the system to make it as easy as we can. Like, for example, if you create a membership type with that form, you can just download a template that's those same fields in exact order, so you can just copy and paste from an existing spreadsheet. So hopefully that answers your question. We also have the ability to clean and migrate your data for you. That's something our team very commonly does. Anyone else have any questions at the moment? You got it, Carol. These are all excellent questions, and I'm hopefully didn't overwhelm. There's a lot going on here, but again, hopefully you've seen something modern, easy to use, that is very flexible. It can meet your needs. There's a lot of configuration and customization that we can do with this tool to suit, again, the widest variety of member-based organizations that we can. We typically work with chambers, associations, alliances, federations, research societies, lots of things. And I would say the community piece is a strong suit of ours. So if you have a group that's interested in thought leadership, networking, or you want to grow that channel, I think we've got an excellent tool for that. Okay. Well, if there's no other questions, I suppose I'll give everyone some time back, and I appreciate everyone's time here today. Me or one of my colleagues will reach out after this just to see if we could receive your feedback and if we can set up, again, a more personalized demo just to focus on your workflows, what your team cares about, and any challenges that you're having or things you'd like to add. But of course, we're always here as a resource, but we will be reaching out within the next day or two, and appreciate everyone's time. Thank you so much.